Another mad woman. What's your problem?
It's like I go through this same scenario every single time I have a sound check. Doesn't matter that I've got the exact same qualification as the engineer. He assumes as a woman, I've got no freaking clue.
You sure it wasn't the fact that you was 30 minutes late, running on BPT, and super unprofessional when you got here?
Did you not notice that every single question was directed towards you and you alone? Anything I asked for, mad aggression, like, ask for more volume, not 10 racks, relax, fam.
It's because you were chatting shit on the mic. It's got nothing to do with you being a chick. Look, man, I get it. It's a male-dominated scene. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah, exactly, so shut it.
You know what? You need to calm down. If this keeps happening, can't be everyone else's fault all the time.
Yeah.
Regardless, you need to remain professional.
Wow, it's a line right out of his mouth.
I mean, so they've got no leg to stand on. Why would you want to give him a rope to hang you with?
Yo, you alright, babes? You're a sick female MC, you know? Oh, nice racks. Whoa, chill, man. I'm talking about the equipment. Mock.
I wish I could wear my degree like a gold chain. Every qualification crystal clear if you're in close range. Instead I've got waste man acting like I've got no name. I'm not your lover, sweetheart in bed, Venus on a rope chain. All these guys ever see past double D's, see my A's and my B's and my bars is my work rate. Give me equivalent fees, they've got no shame. How about a road change? You're right, babe, you don't need to do anything, just stand and look pretty. Small love, are you taken? What a pity. You don't need more volume, you sound fine, you're being picky. Oh, you're off then, I know it's hard, but don't miss me. Is it so hard to do your job? Does your dick control your gob? Put professionalism before your penis. And don't get me started on you, you wouldn't call it out, but behind closed doors you run back and yes, queen us.
Yes, queen us, believe you've never been beneath us. Please read up, catch up on Cleopatra and Queen Sheba. Stop clinging on to mythical patriarchy, divas lean on pessimistic feminist demons who need Jesus. Agreed your destiny isn't to feed us or to please us, but neither is it for you to lead us. We're made different in defeat us, but we're not your enemy. You don't need to defeat us. Try and join us and complete us, not compete with us. I know chauvinists make it peak to trust. It's peaks and trust. The system's made of evil stuff. Life leads to dust. What we need between is deeper love. Every interaction's face value. Some men will slag you, others will back you. You don't need validation from these pagans. Take to the stage and cement your place amongst greatness. Try and get away from hateful statements plotted by the minority. Majority wanna fight for your equality.
You're telling me to just allow it? Do you just allow it when you get complimented on how well spoken you are as a
Black what? I don't know where you're going with this comparison, but it just sounds like you're reaching.
I'm just saying that my dad always taught me as a youth, challenge it each and every time. No matter how exhausting it can be.
You're preaching to the converted, but pick your battles wisely, man. Don't let them paint you as...
Yeah, another angry black woman in the scene, I know.
Look, man, I get it. Just saying, the scene needs conscious artists like us. Don't jeopardize your chance to get in. Fuck's sake, Venus. What, you doing Moulin Rouge now? Is that your new style? Or you just flashing booby to win the cash?
Yo, look, I'm not one of the man them. I can't just roll through in a fitted or blacked out. There are levels to it.
Wow. So you've had one sound check that didn't go your way, and now you're ready to throw all the equal rights out the window.
Yeah, because I'm sure that tracksuit took you hours to put together. So original. Oh, and I love what you've done with you. Actually, you might want to keep that on still.
So what, you can't boost, man? Worry about your own picky head. Some any Cat Williams with a beanie on.
Yo, with that hat size, you don't need any more compliments going to your head, fam. Anyway, hey, you got places to be, bars to practice. Come on, let's go.
Don't worry about my bars, fam. See you and the other rappers. You're just here to make up the numbers. Remember that.
Yeah, whatever. Come on, let's get a move on.
I missed my pops for 2 years, but I wonder if it was ever worth the emotion. They told me the streets were paved with gold, and in his absence, I fell for it. I blame Janet. If it wasn't in her nature to destroy everything in her path, he wouldn't have headed for the door, I'm sure. When your father figure goes missing, you seek help from abroad. We lost our family business because of Janet. Our grocery store was no more. Mum left letters from Dad, pleading, shredded and torn. I wish she would have dug her heels in some more. But love is blind when it's pure. Just 5 years, Mum said, and not a second more. You see, Janet left our home beyond repair unforgivably. So-called God's gift brought the family nothing but misery. Literally, we left our home because of Janet. Left our family and friends we held close because of Janet. All because my father wanted to taste a better life. We had to fly as well as sailing for 2 weeks. We could see the sea from our bed at night. Placed low down in the cabin like the dregs of life. Just 5 years, Mum said. We were terrified. Eventually, we reunited with Dad on foreign land amongst black smoke and foreign noise. The sub-zero breeze handsaw sharp. The night sky dark and poised. We were inconsolable. The flow of trauma from eye to cheek was uncontrollable. But it was too late to turn back. The end of this tunnel was, in fact, pitch black. I wondered how we came from advanced civilization to slavery to this stage. I, as a 12-year-old girl at the tip of a wave of immigration, had no inclination towards what we'd be facing as Grenadians. 5 years, Mum said. Be patient. We fled a great hurricane's devastation and lent on this Caucasian nation for a greater education. Reached West London and settled into rented accommodation, a less than ideal situation, sheltered with other families above, below and adjacent. My siblings and I complained with Caribbean cadence like, "No kitchen!" My mother's small frame busied itself making one-pot meals over the metered stove in the hallway. Any leftover coins would be deployed by our shameless neighbours to our annoyance. However, my mother was too dignified to make any noise. The next step was to eventually move on with little choice. Subjected to notices like, no dogs, no blacks, and no Irish, with no voice. Just 5 years. Time and time again, this phrase filling the void. The weather remained as cold as those homeowners' shoulders. Accustomed to the tropics, we were low on coats and pullovers. Searching for both, we were made known of rogue traders who made paper pulling the wool over. Caribbean eyes, weary and naive, enticing them to buy cheap items weak to ice and sleet. Dressing gowns were sold to those gullible enough under the guise of coats, like my kind should know. Our paradigm never aligned with the white of snow. Most who arrived were blind as far as prices go. You could say our misfortune spawned disproportionate racial extortion. Still, there were more obstacles in stores than just the bother in stores. Wolves in sheep's clothing by name, the teddy boys could be heinous. The rockers and mods potentially equally as dangerous. Few places felt safe from attacks on black males with bicycle chains, flick knives and stainless blades. At times you might escape if favoured via lighter shade, but no guarantee the part white past would save you fighting again. There was no such mercy for darkies. pipped to the post for employment by mulattoes largely a subtly prejudiced recruitment policy? Hardly. As for the reason we came here in the first place, the education system introduced us to discrimination at the first base. If only home was just a runaway. Nevertheless, 5 years and not a second more, as Mum would say.
The Lord giveth and taketh away, sees and knows. So you best pray he forgives when he calls you home.
My grandpa said we are unsettled people because mankind sin but never see their own evil. How did his pure heart cope? One night stand, left fatherless, abandoned, from birth last man standing, man of the house.
My Twitter feed says, black men don't cheat.
His father probably would have copped the t-shirt and dropped a retweet. He had his cake and ate it too. My grandpa was birthed an illegitimate child, a shame Mr. Smith wanted nothing to do. Grandpa was cast away to relatives he barely knew. Imagine feeling like hell in a paradise of waters crystal blue. When he left for his so-called mother country, did he pray for acceptance too? If home is where the heart is, no wonder we're so restless to roam.
A bastard child to Britain, spitting out by the land of wood and water. As a young boy, I was excited because we never traveled so far. We play cards, dominoes, and drink plenty of drink. The happiest memory me have was upon the ship.
With optimism afloat, dressed to impress, to a country that was prepared to let him sink and soak. He didn't know. Did he pray like he prayed as a youth for his father to show? When he arrived, his mother's love was foreign and strange. The London streets didn't feel free or full of hope, but caged. Careers were questionable. Houses were overcrowded. He only had a room to his name. And most of the time he was spoken to, it was either out of fear or rage. I wonder how often he prayed. Grandma said that he saved her. See, her adoption into this country was for another man's satisfaction. Uprooted from her home with little choice of action, but even with fairer skin, less black features, her mother's love was still foreign and strange.
And the gentleman that sent for her hand was rank and out of order with the vows that he made. So when her gaze met my grandpa's in that crowded, rented space,
she ignored the comments. Him too black, look pon him fierce. But fairy tale endings don't exist here. They set north and they still felt out of place. They were still too black, accents too thick, lips, nose, way too much width. They were too black, and so were their kids. No blacks, no dogs, no Irish, ain't that a pitch. It was crystal clear that you asked your children to come home here, mother. But your window still remains stained. We came here for better, but still feel unsafe.
When we call to the Lord for love, protection, and a home to call our own, is this what we ask for in our praise?
Yo, pussy, oh! You're too big to get lit with us now, yeah? This rapping thing's going to your head, Benjamin. Remember you ain't blown yet, you know? Nah, I'm joking, but yo, fam, I got something to tell you, yeah? Like, you ain't gonna like too tough. I just seen that paved Colombian thing that you've been beating, winding up against Anton in the dance. I don't know what you're gonna do about that one, cuz. You know, Anton strapped a new phone ain't about that life, fam. Yeah, listen, ding me when you get this, yeah? Don't forget who your friends are, you pickhead. Oh, good luck for tonight, innit? You can spot man a couple grand if you win, yeah?
Fuck! Man's laughing down the phone like it's fucking funny. It don't matter what you do for people, they always fucking snake you in the end.
Calm down, man. What's going on?
Don't tell me to fucking calm down. If your brethren saw your man winding up on the next gal in the dance and left you a voicemail laughing about it, I don't think you'd be calm, blood. This Antoine prick is violating. Am I a dickhead?
Wait a sec, Antoine. Yeah, you're gonna have to allow that, fam.
What do you mean you're just gonna have to allow it? Are you stupid?
Let me document how stupid you look right now.
Why should I have to allow it? Everyone else is taking a piss out of me, yet it's me who needs to calm down. They seem to think because I'm on this conscious thing that I won't put a prick to sleep. Yo, move the camera out of my face, man.
Yo, put a prick to sleep? Do you even understand how you sound right now? You're gonna risk your life over some gal?
Listen, I don't care if I get fucked up. It's the principle, man's violated. If I let him get away with it, everyone else is gonna think they can do the same and keep taking the piss out of me. You know the code, you don't let people take the piss.
So what, you looking to put your life in danger over some chick? I'm not gonna lie, I saw who you was with and I didn't think she was your type, to be honest.
Oh, here we go. I've had nothing but bullshit from black chicks about this girl. Let me guess. Because I'm on this conscious thing, I can't date outside my own race. You're boring.
Actually, it's got nothing to do with race, so lower your tone. If you listen for a sec, you might actually learn something.
All right, Venus Farrakhan, drop a gem. I'm listening.
Be real. What do you like about this girl?
What kind of dopey question is that? Same reason you and your little dusty friends can't stop following her on Instagram. Same reason there's a bag of thirsty man on there. Everyone knows she's the buffest. Not gonna get another one like it.
And is that it?
What do you mean, is that it? What else is there?
I'm just saying, is she even wifey material? My nan used to tell me that looks fade and relationships, they're like a business. That's why they call the person you're with your partner. And if you look at it from that perspective, she's fucking up your business, tarnishing your brand, and this is the girl you want to go to war for. I mean, wouldn't it make sense to be with someone who might not be as stunning visually, but works with your brand rather than against it?
You know what? For once, you're actually starting to make a little bit of sense.
About a tiny bit of sense. You know what lot's problem is as men? You watch too much fucking porn. And that's why you get these gal that look like porn stars and then you don't know what you're doing in the bedroom.
That's not why. That's definitely not why. It's a money thing.
Again with the ego. Shit, yo, I could probably do a better job if I'm being honest.
So it's a laughing matter now, is it?
Look, yo fam, I'm messing about. I'm just saying that girls like this do this on purpose. They do it for attention and the power. They put on the tight dresses, skirts, shaft breast and ass because they like the so-called attention and power it gives them. You know, that is until they drink too much, take too many drugs, and then get taken advantage of by a man that don't give a fuck about them. Then they get into these dodgy situations. And who's gonna bail them out of that? The road man. The man that makes them feel safe, protected, keeps other men away because she ain't got the discipline to do it herself. Yo, are you even on job right now? Because this independent music grind ain't cheap, and you need to start thinking about the company that you keep. It gets like this the more you progress. Your time gets limited and not everybody can handle that. Listen, all I'm saying is that you need to sort your head because I ain't having my shit fucked up by you and this loose gal. Doors open in 5.
What's going on like Soul to Soul and Marvin? Guns blow for luxury apartments. woes keep the weed sparking. Yeah, we stumble in the darkness, sailing on the hardship with no dinghy or harness. Really no knowledge of Naya Bingy with tarnish. Low self-esteem, gotta spend in Lizzie to mask it. Don't know where we're going, but we roam the roads regardless. Convo usually goes, if you bill it, you spark it. I go down the back road, right behind the market. Dress code, I am not a target. Right behind the mesh gate, I can hear the pit bulls barking. Couple drunk Jamaicans at the bookie scream raw. Sipping special brew cans out of brown paper bags. Busting baggy jeans, claret bandanas at the back. Blood clot, pussy Ross clot, it's the slang. Council estate, car parks where we hang. My brother builds the zoo while I cop it with my hands. None of us got funds, need to come up with a plan. Two so-called G's, never seen a couple grand. No peas for some fried chicken or kebabs. Chip that I'm seeing keep pissing off a man. I'll probably go another region and beat another gal. Can't live with women, can't live without them. Got some issues eating me from inside out. I'm just getting by. I'm rarely turning up to uni, and anytime I do, I'm high. This must be a lie. Feels like you gotta be bad to survive. Colour good ones die here. Something ain't right here. What's the point in having a dream if you gotta wake up to a nightmare? Let's get it right, it's just hype here. That's why I'm chasing a bus to take me another light, yeah. Diabetes got my mother off balance, and close friends switched up the pattern. Dipping with my younger, blowing spliffs in the passenger. Zipping round the corners, doing skids like McLaren's. I ain't got a clear path, but my gift is apparent. And I can't get nicked by the gammon. It happened the other night, and they kicked me in the van, true story. The judge just ignored me in court, G. I swear I've had enough of this life, I want more, B. All I seem to do is duck the law and immature beings. Cleaning toilets all summer for this small P. And I got kicked out of uni this time, so if they let me back, it's gotta be a different story. Trying to spread my wings, but the devil keeps me horny. For gal too unstable to support me. Easily bored, so they wild out and cause grief. Always trying to warn me about door keys. You can't even open this can of corned beef. Plus, brothers wanna call me and talk grief, but if I get caught with a 4-4, it's all P. Paranoid, cause I've smoked scores all week. And when you're resting on the block, it means poor sleep. What we expect in the morning is more grief. Sick of seeing war on the streets, but we're all really just getting by. I'm rarely turning up to uni, and anytime I do, I'm high. This must be a lie. Feels like you gotta be bad to survive. Colour good ones die here. Something ain't right here. What's the point in having a dream if you gotta wake up to a nightmare? Let's get it right, it's just hype here. That's why I'm chasing a bus to take me another light, yeah.
I can't do it anymore, Mom. I can't work with them. I'm packing it in.
What do you mean you're quitting? You think it's easy? It's not easy. If only you knew what me and your father did endure to be here, and for you to have this opportunity in front of you, and you just go throw it away. What for? Why are you giving up so easily?
I've tried, Mom. I've really tried it. I'm miserable. They think I'm less than them. I mean, no matter what I do, they keep moving the goalpost. I haven't got a problem with them, but they've got a problem with me.
It's going to be like that. They're still not used to us being here. As a people, we're not been here that long. You need to think about how important your role is here. You're a part of the first generation born here. If you give up now, what are you gonna do? And what foundations are you leaving for the generations after you? Great black men have had to endure hardship. Mandela, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King. They shot them, you know. Did you know that? Go and look it up. Marcus Garvey. Your father had his fair share. They've all had to endure for the benefit of the next generation.
We shouldn't have to endure it. I mean, we shouldn't have to sit there and take it. And wonder why we riot and throw bricks and petrol bombs. They can all burn in hell. I don't know why I joined the police. I thought we could prove that we're competent, that we're equal. I don't want to be black in this country. It's too too hard. What did we ever do to them?
Well, that is a problem that the world still hasn't got to the bottom of. But don't you ever be ashamed of who you are. You stand up and be proud of your heritage. You're not different to anybody else. Hear me? And if that means that you need to fight for your equality, then so be it. But what you don't do, what you don't ever do, is give up. When we give up, we die. Things will get better, but not on their own. You have to force change.
You know, they moved me from the office I was in to the main CID office. Put me in the middle of the room so that everyone could surveil me. I got to give it to them. I thought they wanted to try this integration thing and keep the peace between us, but it's a farce. You should hear the calls they get from white people, saying they got mugged by a nigger, and they don't correct them. They just repeat and say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. A nigger, you say? Even the white officer with a black wife is racist. How does that make sense? They try to make me do identity parades, and I say no. And then they offer to pay me. I mean, how stupid do they think I am?
Why didn't you tell me this before? Why didn't you say anything? They're too out of order. This is ridiculous. If you're going to leave, don't leave without giving them a bloody headache. You have rights. They think you're not intelligent enough to use them. We'll see about that. We have as much right to work in any institution as anybody else. Who do they think rebuilt this country after the war? They've got a bloody cheek. Nasty, racist pigs.
Hey, yo, what's taking you so long, man? Walk one for the Ashanti marks in your face. You look foolish.
It's called Contour.
It's called lies. Imagine my brethren was checking the chick on Instagram. Her page was Contour Central. She must have been wearing no more than this, covering up her little boobies in every picture. Anyway, they linked up, done a thing. My brethren said he went to bed with a fox and woke up next to a dog.
This is exactly why we feel like we have to wear it, to live up to your expectations of beauty.
Alright, that's nice, but we're on in 5. Get your ass ready.
You're a queen, you're strong, and you're beautiful. You're a queen, you're strong, and you're beautiful. You're a queen, and you're strong, and you're beautiful. And you've got this. You've got this. It's independent, that's why they love her. Every day I'm reminded to keep the soul undercover. I was taught to pray before I even spoke another word in emotion, better focus on the Lord above her. Pray your sins away, turn the mental fins away. I know a girl that blows trees, the counseling has been this way. Backyard they're struggling, but I'm struggling too. But I refuse to let your journey here continue the blues. So we'll push on for the better, deficient due to weather. And if I'm pretty enough, maybe pocket some jewels from pressure. Measure my confidence and consequence on how much I conform. I was 10 trying to slick edges so dark and lovely could be norm. Wishing the perm was permanent, burning our scalp. Said I was pretty for a black girl born to turn on ourselves. Where is my knowledge of self? Know what the media feels. Grandmother loved the Sunday dresses, but I hated the frills. See, I was born to perform. I smart for your worst, gift and the curse. Nice the bitches just been pushing from birth. When I'm dropping the verse, perfection's all they deserve. Eyes on my thighs and my size, let me show them my worth. I'm
why I'm filled with rage? And I wonder why I'm about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. So we're at war with ourselves and at war with one another. They call it black on black, I say it's deeper than the colour. The survival mode's always in place. When you mask everything, it's simple cutting off your nose to spite face. They predict us as trouble, and it hurts cause so do I. Come like a miracle when there's no heat for tension on the high. One stare or step out of place, come like friggin' suicide. And here I am posting a notes up online, egging on his ego. Really, how far will he go? Protect your brothers, all I hear, but who's protecting me though? There's no vows to love us, the community's tough. Feel like when we twerk is the only time that you've got our back. Yeah, I'm egging on his ego. Really, how far will he go? Protect your brothers, all I hear, but who's protecting me though? There's no vows to love us, the community's tough. Feel like when we twerk is the only time that you've got our back. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break. Do you know the difference between real and fake? I'm looking out from every point and they're about to break.
Yo, fuck this, man.
Oh, about time, bro. Hey, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Typical. Always a bit aggressive, aren't they?
You know, fuck all about aggression. Did you just see that? Mars. Mars.
The people who died and lost their loved ones. This happened every day. We are in one of the richest spaces, not just in London, but in the world. But the humorous reason, there is no way that rich people live in a building with an adequate fire safety. Some people jumped, yeah. I saw people jump. I know a lady who threw up, you know. This is shocking stuff.
Try to breathe, then I urge you to imagine the air full of smoke and the smell of burnt cladding. No magic carpet like Aladdin's for the little lad at the top of the flats. Mum and dad panicking. Mother's mourning in the middle of the night from the stabbings. Still can't believe that it's happening. The other night she had a dream he graduated. She was clapping and took snaps while he threw his hat in the air. I know a girl who can't stop and compares herself to Instagram models. Rush with the air, so she uploads pics of just a bust in her hair and goes to dinner with double clickers like love is prepared. Young black brothers are scared, so keep modified handguns under the stairs. Since buns in the oven, they were underprepared, struggling to keep their lungs full of air. It's quite clear. In each person, there's two dancers, the right hand and left hand, and both need. In a relationship, you have two partners, one on either side, who should both be. Politicians should be philosophically brilliant, serving and giving their citizens pure. From young killers to promiscuous women, the general feeling is really that we need more. They say that I exaggerate the truth when I tell them we consume the most contaminated foods, gassing them like fascists who eradicated Jews. I have to combat irrational passion on point two. The amount of facts that haven't made the news, they found him hanging from a noose, the victim of cyberbullying. Some chat room through school, it was techie but couldn't hack the abuse. We've been chasing these coins since Mario. They know our settings don't support academics, we're forced to wear marigolds. Get deployed for the things we don't condone, or get self-employed selling a man a dope. We choke on the smoky air and try and stay conservative despite derogatory stares. Then made a golly rock the face of Montclair. I've got beef, cause brazen racism's not rare. either side who should both be. Politicians should be philosophically brilliant, serving and giving their citizens pure. From young killers to promiscuous women, the general feeling is really that we need more. It's a struggle with monogamous relations, temptations, sex is always in our faces. We're living in an age of make them replace them, cause when love is painful, it ain't just a grazing. Wayne had his way with a bodacious waitress who got crazed, located his main name's Facebook. Used verbs to bait him, verbatim. Now she's gonna leave and the kids are getting taken. Hashtag me too, stressed about the British exit from the EU. Where's it gonna lead to? How much cheddar we gonna need just to eat food? NHS already getting scrutinised, running out of beds, some suggest the meds euthanized. Check the incline of suicide. If facts were air, I guess we live the truest lie. In each person there's two dancers, the right hand and left hand, and both need. In a relationship you have two partners, one on either side who should both be. Politicians should be philosophically brilliant, serving and giving their citizens pure. From young killers to promiscuous women, the general feeling is really that we need more.
Bad man answered private caller. Man, send a text. Sake, man. What's wrong with these people?
Hey, yo, push yo! I heard you been speaking my name, you little prick! Telling Venus you're gonna put man to sleep, yeah? Is that right, you little fussy? Word of advice, mind what you make little girls make you say. You say it's too late for all that. Nah. She's anything but a little fucking side chick, if that. But hey, what, yeah? You best know you can't violate man like that. Get away with it. At the show, yeah? Tonight. I'll soon comes, ain't I?
Fuck! You fucking snaked me! What the fuck did you do? I told you to get that fucking camera out my face!
You weren't exactly loyal to the soil when my man didn't let me on stage.
Are you fucking serious? Do you know what them man do? It's not like these rappers out here stunting for views. When these man wanna do you something, they will roll up.
Yo, don't. Don't say that, man. Come on. Shit. Look, I only sent it to one person. I didn't know it would get out. I was gonna tell you.
You fucking knew! You dumb bitch, I'm gonna get shot!
Mind your fucking tone. Look, I don't know how, but I'll fix it.
You know what they say about you's true, you know? You got bars, but you're fucking egotistical and lost. Keep your help. Think you've contributed enough. Fuck's sake.
Mars!
Growing up in the hood feels like you're never more than 6 feet away from a bookies, where local gamblers and drunks congregate drinking special brew out of brown paper bags. Most appear to have given up on any real ambition, instead choosing to see out the days socializing, gambling and indulging in escapism. The evidence of substance abuse and alcoholism was all around me. Say towards the late 90s, early 2000s, gang culture was becoming a lot more prevalent. Beyond the burgundy Brits, teenagers rejected by the educational system were pissed. They wanted that fast money. The sale of drugs, fraud and robberies went through the roof. A lot went on in them estates, you know.
Basically sounds like Brum.
You know, looking back, I had a happy childhood. kicking ball on the estate. I could have been a footballer, you know. Got injured though. It was only when I started to enter my teens that I realised how bad things were. Low finances and boredom. When I really think about it, my first experiences of trouble were innocent. Knocking about with friends, not setting out or meaning to cause trouble, but when boredom kicks in and none of you've got money, you get creative. That's when I saw people start fires on estates, throw stones at windows, anything for a cheap thrill. And you're expected not to join in. The mentality is infectious, man. It's always been dog eat dog, and being a pussy will get you mangled. They tell us not to carry knives and lock us up for having them. But imagine being a 13-year-old when one's pulled on you for the first time. Local crackhead trying to rob your phone that your grandma worked hard to buy you. Ain't like the police give a shit.
Barely anyone did. The police, the ends, damn. Even the school system was against us.
You know, black kids weren't even allowed skin fades in my school. We were the obvious minority. I remember people saying stuff about my hair, like if I let it grow out and I grew a bit of an afro, people call me microphone head. You sort of just get on with it. Take it on the chin, develop thick skin. You know it pisses you off, but still you don't realise what you're being ridiculed for.
Something you can't help.
And to add insult to injury, the black history we were taught didn't help. You learn about Henry VIII, the Victorians, World Wars I and II. And then you move on to black history. Slavery. Without any further education, you kind of subliminally think that's where it starts. And so does everybody else. You actually don't get knowledge of yourself because you're the minority. The history you're taught it's not beneficial to you. In fact, it's probably detrimental to your self-esteem and your sense of direction.
That's why it's so easy to get lost. When I was younger, my mum would love putting me in pretty clothes. Define pretty. Anything with frills, ruffles, sequins. Basically any material that pisses you off and feels itchy. The morning of any celebration or family gathering should be equipped with a new outfit of irritation. Some store-bought, some hand-me-downs, some made from Granny's very own sewing machine. I remember watching her hands dance around to the material and the sound of daytime television. The older she got, the less she did though. Of course it was hard to rebel and tell my mum, I ain't wearing these clothes. You know, say that Backchat and black families do not mix.
Yo, I still remember them beatings. Them licks were lethal.
Exactly, so like rather than say it, my clothes would just mysteriously go missing sometimes. My own personal form of protest. I know she didn't put me in them clothes to like irritate me or anything. She just wanted me to look nice, sweet, as little girls should. But I wasn't comfortable with it. As I got older, I was granted a bit more fashion freedom, developed my own sense of style, comfortable. Trackies, jeans, baggy tees, freshest pair of Nikes or Adidas, you know, the good stuff. As long as it had a brand, no one could chat to me. Until that day hit.
2011 riots?
Nah, prom. Don't get me wrong, I was excited about every single aspect. Other than what to wear, I mean, heels and a dress. My friends spent lunchtime talking about what colour would suit their skin tone, what accessories would match their dress. Me, on the other hand, I could not care less. In fact, I think I probably picked one of the first dresses I saw in the first shop I walked into. I was at my young, fearless form. I wish I could have wore a hoodie. My own personal protest against the norm. On the day though, I have to admit, I did feel pretty, like one of those Disney princesses I grew up watching. But I didn't feel like myself. My friends gassed me up as soon as I arrived, though, like, oh my days, yo, you're actually in heels too. Go on, girl, you look fire, boop, 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 boop. The compliments felt great, but I still wasn't comfortable. I guess I'm in a position now where I'm trying to find that balance. Because if you look at the biggest female rappers right now, they certainly did not get to where they are wearing baggy clothes and dirty Air Forces.
You gotta always focusing on image.
Us gal, or us as black people, from the kings and queens of Egypt, chief of African tribes, slave masters giving us rags to make us feel lesser than with our pride. We tried to fit the norm with our so-called freedom. Hair slicked, tailor picked, to keep up with the time. Our image is always being scrutinized. It can make or break you fat. But we never stayed down. We flipped it and took the power back. Like the afros, dreadlocks, the sheikies, and leather of the Panthers black. Even Run DMC not lacing their Adidas. But corporations see our style, our influence, and our power, and insert themselves to profit racks. Gentrify our areas, our style, shit, even our raps. Style and protest have always worked hand in hand, but style should never overshadow what the protest demands.
always causes a problem. Did not say on the form that this was a target audience. It's a clear breach of Form 696.
Pop the pork out, drank the whole bottle that she brought round. Rolling round on the floor loud, because of the sound of my talk now. Napkin knife and a fork out. I got the rubber for the roll round. I get money, come my first day's thought out. Flow's always cold, never fall down. Every now and again I wanna dip, of course I need more to put income sources. We never moved the box, but we forklift. Heat little and off the piece more as used to be. The old new cannon and a rave, not to cut shit, cause I keep on pouring. These days I'll be asleep and recording. If it's in the levels I'll reach, you be nauseous. Tired of shit.
We need to leave. You know they'll find any excuse.
Fuck that. I ain't going out like that. This was meant to be for us, for the culture. Fuck these pigs. Fuck these pigs. Fuck these pigs.
Stop! Remember what you said to me? Try to maintain your professionalism. Yes, this is our fight. Yes, I'm angry. We have every right to be. And yes, fuck them. But we can't incite something we can't control. If something happens, it's on us and our music. We can't use our voice like that, fam. Not like that.
Hello? It's Grandad. We can't get a hold of you. You don't seem to call these days. We hope everything is okay and you're not getting yourself involved with all these gangs and them things that these young black boys are getting themselves caught up, you know. These shootings and stabbings, oh Lord, it's terrible. And we don't want you involved in any of that, yeah? This is not what we was dreaming of when we came to this country. Remember, your education is the most important thing in life. That's what's going to give you your opportunities to make a good life for yourself, your children and your wife. Yeah? Listen, we love you, eh? And we hope to hear from you soon. Alright? Good. Bye for now.
Gal like Venus. Taxi be here in 10.
Oh shit, all of my stuff is inside still. They're not gonna let me back in. Got my makeup, my clothes.
None of that's important, you know.
What?
Like the makeup, all the stuff you decide to wear. None of that's important. If I've learned anything from the madness tonight, it's what you say that's important. It's your mind. That's what speaks volumes.
Are you trying to call me loud? I'm messing with you, man. Chill.
Real talk, you can bar better than 90% of these men out here. What's important is that your mind's right.
That's the thing, sometimes I'm not even sure it is.
Look, the first step is admitting it. It's not like we're encouraged to, is it?
Oh, this ride's yours. My man's pulling up ahead.
Yo, sis. Make sure you look after yourself. And if you can't, just know there's a scene there to listen.
Oi, just so you know, I'm sorry for everything earlier, yeah? The scene's got you too.
I know you were meant to have some time off tomorrow, but a big opportunity's just come in. We can't turn it down. I'm gonna need you in hair and makeup by...
Hi, yeah, I'd like to book some studio time. Nah, I don't need an engineer or anything, I just need the space.
Oi, Venus ran pussy me. She let me know what happened. I didn't even know you were gonna get vexed like that. Anyway, she told me Anton's on smoke. Just know I'm ready to back case if needs be. You lot need to pattern correct. You've got eyes on you to do bigger things. We've both got youths that are watching you. And they ain't seen we can move official. Not just road. Let me know what you wanna do. All you gotta do is say the word.
Allow it, fam. It's not how we're handling things anymore.